Well, you'd need to be getting top grades in just about everything, certainly everything that's relevant. For example, I did a history degree. I was mediocre at mathematics, but that didn't matter because maths wasn't pertinent. Conversely, supposing you wanted to read maths, if you're only so-so at history, again, that's not relevant. But you can't have more than a couple of weaknesses. Everything else has got to be pretty much top grade in whatever your system is. And you can apply to Oxford or Cambridge having attended school in any country in the world. You don't have to have been to school in the United Kingdom. They would recognise your school leaving results, whatever diploma, whatever qualification is awarded in your country. That's a good question. It varies. It depends on the subject. But you're looking at £20,000 a year really as a starting price. If it's medicine or other biomedical sciences, it will be higher than that, considerably higher, like more than £30,000 a year. If it was, say, dentistry, veterinary medicine, likewise. Well, again, it varies a lot, but I think probably 20% at most, because a lot of very gifted young people apply to these universities and the majority of them have to be disappointed. These universities are very selective. They're heavily oversubscribed. As I say, there'll usually be at least 5 people applying for every place. Some subjects, it would be 10 people or more applying for every place. They're not just 10 average students, they're usually 10 outstanding students. So that's why anyone who gets picked does well. But we can increase that considerably depending on which university you apply to, which course you apply to, and so on. Now, things that lead directly to a handsomely remunerated job, these have even more applicants than others. If you wanted to read law, read medicine, read economics, for instance, there's only about a 10% acceptance rate because they're so heavily oversubscribed. Whereas if you want to read a subject which does not lead directly to such a lucrative career, the acceptance rates are considerably higher, 30% or even more. If it was for a social science, it was something like history, geography. If it was classics, that's Latin and ancient Greek. If it was a language, particularly not a major language, if it was, say, Italian rather than French, Spanish or Chinese, those are more popular than major languages. So there's an application process. You need to apply nice and early. For Oxford and Cambridge, you need to apply a year in advance. Likewise for medicine. So the academic year begins the first year in October at British universities. And so you need to apply 12 months in advance. Other universities, it's a bit later. Notice you can apply to Oxford or Cambridge in the same year as an undergraduate, not both. Supposing you got rejected by Cambridge one year, you could apply to Cambridge again the second year, or you could apply to Oxford that second year. You cannot apply to both Oxford and Cambridge in the same year. And notice you have a limited number of universities you can apply to in the UK. It's 6 maximum, or if Oxford or Cambridge is one of them, only 5.